Nothing says the holidays like morally gray characters. Hello, everyone. This is the end of the year for 2024. Done a lot of things over the years. This is, again, another holiday for growing out beards and keeping warm and remembering what the holidays are truly about. And like usual, I've read a lot of books, and I'm kind of here to show you some of my favorite ones that I've read this year. They didn't necessarily come out this year, but they're ones that I have really enjoyed and gonna give my thoughts. Last year, and I think the year before, whenever I started this, I've kind of tried to avoid spoilers. I will touch a little bit with spoilers this time, so if you don't want that, feel free to skip ahead, jump away, whatever, but just know that's what we're talking about this year. And the reason that I always do it a little ahead of time is usually I kind of figure out, when I'm reading whatever book I'm currently reading, that I'm probably not going to finish it before the end of the year. And considering I got this almost 1,400 page monstrosity, which is absolutely fantastic, about 500 pages in, but I'm definitely not going to finish it when I'm recording this, about a week. So, yeah, we're going to go with my favorite reads, and it's no particular order. Let's just get right into it. So, first one. I actually read books 3 and 4 of Wheel of Time this year. This is number 4, The Shadow Rising. And I really liked this one. It was, I guess, it's been a little while, so I'm trying to kind of recall everything. But the series is continuing. You would think when you kind of have a climax, like at the end of book 3, that feels like it should be the end, that you probably couldn't really do a whole lot more. But they've done more, and I've gotten a lot more character development. And it didn't really feel like, oh, there's this final battle at the end. But there was still some really good stuff that got wrapped up at the end. And, especially with Rand kind of taking hold of his destiny more, it seems like. So I'm looking forward to see what we're getting in future books with that. Another one, kind of even more old school. I read Dune this year. Partially the motivation was that Dune Part 2 movie came out, and I really liked Part 1, but I wanted to read the book before I continued on, because I felt like I was going to get more, and I kind of did, kind of didn't. There's some pros and cons. It's an older book, so the English, it's Old English, it's a little harder. Writing style's a little different, but it was still really intriguing because it's one of those ones similar to like Lord of the Rings, where you can tell there's a lot of love and thought put into building the characters and the world and the story in general, and I really appreciated it. Then I guess another one, this book's been out for a couple of years now, but I finally got around to reading one of the prequel Maze Runner books, The Fever Code. Man, Nothing says the holidays like morally gray characters. It reminded me, we're taken back in time to finding out how the maze was created, get to know Thomas as a little kid, and just seeing some of the betrayals of things that happened. You kind of think, Wicked isn't good. They do some very questionable things, and to really kind of see that solidified, especially Teresa's character, and knowing that she was always not going to be helpful from the beginning. She was always going to be a pain in the butt, and to get to the right at the very end, and this is one of the spoilers, when Thomas's memories are getting erased, and how he views it in his head as these bubbles of the memories just popping and disappearing. Man, it got me so livid and upset, and it reminded me, this is what good books are. When you get so enveloped in it, and you if you can get fired up about what's going on, those are especially some of the best books in my opinion. So it was fantastic. The next one that I decided I wanted to pull out, we'll save this one to the very end, but I'm usually not with the trends of books. A lot of what gets written today just does not appeal to me, but I was intrigued by the Atlas 6. This was a really good book. It's not the cleanest, but it went well enough that I was like, I'm gonna keep reading it. And again, there's no good or bad characters. They're all morally gray, and they're all just like, they all got their own problems. They all have things that are questionable that they do. And 6 people inducted to a secret society. They spend a year doing research, and after that, only 5 will remain to continue on. How it gets narrowed down to 5, I guess you get to find out. But yeah, it was a good book, like I said. It's not entirely acclaimed, but it was good enough that I felt fine finishing it, and I definitely plan on reading the next one. The one I wanted to save for last is I read the last of Wax and Wayne, Book 4, The Lost Metal. Man, it has been a journey with this series. You know that I had to include a Brandon Sanderson book in there because all of the writing that he does is phenomenal. I love both these characters. I love a continuation of a magic system and world, but the technology has advanced, and seeing how people's views about past events have been skewed and whatnot, like, it's not something you see. It just does that. And Wayne is my favorite character, and his sacrifice is so noble that it got me teared up. But yeah, it was such a Wayne-like fashion to see him at the end asking Harmony if the explosion he went up in was the biggest explosion on the planet. It's such a him thing. I love Wayne. I love characters like him, and they bring such variety to the series. But yeah, those are my favorite reads for the year. You can put them back on the screen again so you can kind of see all of them and get a little refresher. But yeah, so you can go look them up, go buy them yourself, borrow them from the library, whatever you need to. Like I said, this is all opinion. It doesn't mean it says all these are the best books, but I read a lot. I see a lot. I have my opinions about things, and as someone who writes themselves, is currently writing a book, I have kind of developed these thoughts, opinions about what make good things in books, and these kind of help fulfill a lot of that, and so that's kind of how I come to these decisions. But anyways, have a good rest of your year, or whenever you're watching this. Hopefully you enjoy watching these. I know I didn't post as much this year. School just gets in the way. Life gets in the way. That's how it is. Yeah. Will I be posting more frequently in the future? I really couldn't say. I would like to. It just doesn't always work. But I also am trying to work more for putting more time into actually writing and getting my book done in the somewhat near future. But yeah. I could ramble on forever, so I'm just gonna go ahead and end it. Thanks for watching again. Like the video, subscribe, so that way you know when I post, because like I said, it's infrequent, so if you have the bell turned on, then you'll know in my random jumble of a mess scheduling when those videos are coming out. So yeah, anyways, take care, happy holidays. Yeah, thanks for watching.